I just ran to the toilet. I was trying to push out the child.
In the toilet?
In the toilet. So what are you trying to do? I said, ma, I want to urinate. She was like, by yourself? Your baby head is out and you want to urinate and you're forcing yourself like this.
Hey viewers, welcome to another wonderful episode of Dexter's Beat Show. My name is Dexter, your host. We're still speaking with Blessed Ida, who got pregnant and went through the whole trouble of aborting the pregnancy, and now her life is in a shamble. So at this point, everybody knows you're pregnant. Your parents know you're pregnant, school know you're pregnant, and you are now progressing in the pregnancy.
Yes.
Did you ever go to hospital like antenatal or things like that?
Yes, I went to antenatal.
At what month?
Almost up to 7 months.
That was the first time you started going for antenatal?
Yes, that is when I started going to antenatal. And the result that was coming, they say my baby is fine, my baby is bouncing.
Your baby was fine with everything you tried to do to the baby?
And my baby is covered well, she's kicking this, my baby is very fine. I was like, wow. After everything I did to abort the child, I was just saying it in my mind. I said, finally the baby is okay. Because when I was doing it, I was like, maybe the baby will be damaged. What I would just say is that the baby is no more breathing, or the baby is dead in my womb. That's what I was expecting. But when I got there, the nurse was shaking. The nurse said, wow, look at her baby, it's very big. She's bouncing very well. I was like, wow. I even have to thank God. I was like, oh God, I thank you.
Was your mommy now happy, or did she get to a point where she now accepted the pregnancy, and did she take care of you?
What is she going to do? She's my mother. Yes. But it pained her a lot. Even my father wept. That was the first time I saw my father crying. Yes, when my father confirmed that I was pregnant. They are my parents, they can't disown me, but I know how painful it was. I know the pain they were passing through. They don't have any other option. They cannot throw me out of the house, because it will also be an embarrassment for them too. So they have to keep me indoor. So they accepted me and the child to live with them. Okay.
The guy, he was still in Anambra making consultations.
Yeah, he was
for 7-8 months now.
Yes.
Did he reach out to you?
Yes, we're just communicating. So there's a time he came. My parents sit him down. Then my parents told him, what is your conclusion now? He said, I've made everything just for me to give birth first. That's for now, I should live with my parents, because the guy don't used to stay at home. Yes, he's a traveler. He used to travel to different states to distribute his goods. So Olemi cannot be at home in case maybe in case I'm in labor, nobody to help me, so I have to stay with my parents. So if such thing occurred, my parents will be able to help me. So that is how I stay with my parents. He left.
Did he offer any support, like financial support or something?
He helped with the antenatal, money for the antenatal. He was helping and bringing little money for feeding.
Okay.
Once in a month. Yes.
Okay. Then tell us about labor, when it was time to give birth and all that.
I cannot forget this fateful date. It happened on Thursday. I prepared, I went to church. Every Thursday, we used to do prayer for pregnancy women, for Save the Living.
For pregnant women in the church? Okay.
So I went there for prayer. They prayed for me. They told me that I'm going to deliver successfully. So after the prayer, I came home. My stomach was turning me. I was feeling pain in my lower abdomen. Yeah, I was feeling pain. I was like, whoa, what is happening? My mom is not at home. My dad is not at home. And my siblings are still little. My phone was off. No money with me. Just only 100 naira. I was like, what is happening? Maybe it's hunger. I remember that I have Fanta and bread in the fridge. I took it. I ate it. Before you know, the stomach told me again, I have to go and vomit it out. I was like, what is happening? I was screaming. I said, no, I have to go to hospital. And then I put on my mom big gown so that nobody will notice that I was in labor. And I walked out with the 100 naira with me. So I entered bus from Agri bus stop, reached Ablado bus stop. That is 100 naira. Then they used to collect 100 naira for transportation. And from that Ablado bus stop, I have to trek like far distance from here now, close to Summit. That was my hospital. I was left with no money with me to enter Keke or Okada. I was just going, crying. I was crying in my mind because the pain was too much. I did not even notice that it was pain of labor.
Okay, you were not aware this was labor?
Yes, I do not know.
And were you not told during antenatal? I mean, there was no any kind of training or teaching?
Oh, no, the date they gave to me is different. Let me say the date is supposed to be next week. Yes, it's next week I'm supposed to be feeling this pain of labor.
And of course, you didn't know that it could come before.
Yes, I did not even know. Yes, I was still 18, so I did not have any experience about pregnancy, how to give birth. So I was just walking, crying in my mind with pain all over me, like this, from my lower abdomen reach my back was in pain. I was like, oh no. And my mom was not with me, nobody was with me. I was just going, crying. I was following sports car at the park at that Ablados. I was just following the back of the motor. I don't want anybody to notice that I was pregnant. I was just going. It reached the stage that the water in me just burst out, and I didn't even know that.
You didn't know that the implication of your water bursting?
Yes, I did not even know. So the water just burst. I said, oh, what is this? I was just cleaning my body. I said, oh, what is this?
And you were not told during antenatal anything like the water bursting?
They told me that it may burst in this hospital, or they can help me to burst it. Something like that. Yes, that's what my midwife told me. I was like, oh, what is even this one now with the pain I'm facing again? If people see me, they will thought I urinate on my body.
On your body.
So I have to carry that because the gown that I put on was very, very long. I just carried the gown and clean up the water that burst out from my body. I was still going with the pain, going till I reached the gates of the hospital. I saw my midwife coming out. I was like, oh, Frank, what are you doing? Because she normally called me the name of the man. He's like, whoa, what are you doing here? I said, please, man, can you just shake me? I'm feeling pain. And I said, no, it is not today. It is next week. So come back next week. I said, ma, please, just come and shake me, please. Then she told me that if it is not labor, she's going to give me 10 slap. I agreed. I said, ma, you can even make it 20 slap. I am ready. Just come and slap me. Then went. She took me inside. She told me to lie on the delivery bed.
And she checked you?
Yes, she checked me. She shouted, 7 cm. And you came alone? I said, yes. My mom went to market and my dad went to work. And I cannot carry my small SIM because they're still little. Please just come and shake me. What is the problem? And why do you shout? He said, this is time for you to deliver. Just remain only 3 cm. Make small for deliver on the road though. I was like, oh ma, I do not know. Please, what else? And I said, okay, do you know what? I have to do exercise. I have to round the whole compound so that it will count faster to that 10 cm. I did exactly what she told me. I was just running around with the pain. Then I felt something coming out. I thought it was urine. I do not know that it was my baby. It's like urine was coming outside with the baby head too was coming outside. And you were still running around the compound? I just ran to the toilet. I was trying to push out the child.
In the toilet?
In the toilet. I was trying to push out the child. I was just pushing. My midwife saw me. I said, what are you trying to do? I said, ma, I want to urinate. She was like, by yourself? Come on, go back to the delivery bed. I lie down back. And she said, your baby head is out. And you want to urinate. And you're forcing yourself like this. I was like, oh ma, I do not know. Please, did you just coming outside? I don't want to mess up the whole place. I thought it was urine. Please, just help me. And I said, yes, I want to, like she sees sign of urine. But if it is not God that sent her to that toilet, I will kill that child. Because if I force myself to urinate with force, it may cover the baby too and come outside. I was like, oh, the woman told then fist pipe inside of me, and be pressing the urine out by herself. Then she told me, now it is time for delivery. My baby head is out already. So it made the parts of her body. I said, okay, ma, please, the pain is too much. Just help me, please, ma. She brought the spirits, she brought the cutting board and everything that she's going to use. Then she told me to push. I didn't even know how to push. I was just screaming. She told me, no, that is not how to push. I have to push with force, with every strength in me. I told her, okay, ma, no problem. I'm going to do it. Then I started only just 2 pushing, just 2 times. The baby came outside. She was not crying. The woman have to shake and turn my baby upside down. Before then, she told me that my vagina was tight. Yes, she have to cut it with scissors. Then I lie down. She carried scissors, not even scissors, razor blade, and tear my vagina. Like she tear it close to my anus. I was like, Ma, please, I'm dying. Please help me. He said, no, don't say you are dying. Say you are alive with boldness, and I know that you are going to do it. I know you're a strong girl. Just say you are going to survive. I said, okay, ma'am, I will survive. I will not die. I will survive. That's what I was saying on top of the delivery bed. I said, I will survive. I'm not going to die. She told me to push again. I pushed. Boom, my baby just come outside. Yeah. She did not cry. She was just shaking the baby. She was shaking, turning the baby upside down, shaking the baby. I was like, oh, Ma, I did it. My body was shivering. I said, Ma, I did it. He said, yes, you did it. I said, what about my baby? Is she alive? He said, yes, your baby is alive. Like, if you see my child when I gave birth to her, like, you will not believe that I was the one that gave birth to the child. Very big. Hairy. Like, there was hair all over her body. Very complexion.
So at this point, nobody had called your parents? I didn't know you had given birth.
Yes, nobody. So it was after she just treated me, after the tear, she treated me back
stitched
with,
you up,
stitched me with needle and thread. Then she told me, congratulations, you made it, you are fine, and your baby is fine. This time around, I'm going to call the father of the child. He's the father of the child that she first of all called. He called, he said, wow, your wife has delivered. He asked, what happened? What did she deliver? They said, he delivered a bouncy baby girl and the child is healthy and strong. I was like, oh, thank God. I even, because I didn't even carry anything to the hospital. I just go alone. I didn't even carry my baby things. I put the baby inside my clothes. I brought the baby out. I said, wow, look at my baby, bouncing very. If you see her, she looked like a baby of 3 months. I was like, oh no. I said, after everything, I have to apologize to the child. Yes, I carried my baby like this. I was like, baby, please, I'm sorry. Please, I'm sorry. Anything I do to you in the womb, please have the heart to forgive me. And I put her back inside my clothes. Then from there, the father.
Wait, did the father of the baby come?
No, he was not around. He was in Abuja. He told my midwife. I do not know whether he's in Abuja actually. He just told my midwife that she's in Abuja. That everything went well. My midwife told him yes, but no connection, no phone to call my parents that have given birth. Then it was after 7. My mom reached home. I told my siblings, where is Blessing? Where is she? They said that Blessing went to the hospital, that she was feeling pain. My mom too did not even carry my baby things along. She just go. All she wants to hear is that I am fine and the child is fine.
So she rushed to the hospital immediately?
Yes, she rushed to the hospital immediately. When she got there, have already delivered. With my baby, she was like, wow, Blessing, congrats. How is the child? She even carried my baby. They said, wow, your baby is really big. I said, yes, Mom, I did it, but I'm in pain because of the stitch.
And the tear, yeah. After the childbirth, you went back home.
Yes, I went back home.
Did the guy come back to support or help you?
It took up to almost to 6 months.
Wait. After you gave birth and went home, the guy didn't show up 6 months after?
Yes, he did not show up 6 months after.
Did your parents try calling him?
Yes, they called him. He told him he's not in Lagos.
He told them he was not in Lagos?
Yes.
For 6 months?
Yes, he told them that he was still in Abuja. And parents were like, oh, you are still in Abuja.
So, how were you taking care of yourself and the baby? Who was fending for?
It was through my parents' support. It was my parent that was helping me and the child, and he came back after that he did not come after 6 months. Yes, he did not come after 6 months. So it was my parent that was supporting me, feeding me and the child. So when he came, he did the child naming, child education. He did everything. I told my parents, now that I've delivered, it's time for him to marry. I was like, whoa, last, I will marry you. Since I did not concentrated on my school, I just concentrated in marriage. Fine, that is my decision. I have to take it like that. I was excited. So I told my parents that, okay, as you can see now, let me go and come back. Yeah, we thank God that she has already put him to bed. Let us just go and let him go and make preparation now and tell the people that have already given birth. 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, no show, only communication. He was just communicating, telling me blah blah blah. It's coming this month, it's coming next month. This thing. We're just sending small cash to me and the child. So yes, and he reached a point. He started telling him that his business is not going anywhere again. He don't know what to do. I was like, wow, this is how I cut my life short. Is this how I'm going to face and take care of the child? This one that this guy is complaining like this. I have to look for work to do. Then my baby was up to 8 months.
Okay.
Then I told my friend that I want to go and work. My father was like, you are not going anywhere. That is your decision. You have to stay in this house. Anyhow you will see it, you have to take it like that. I pleaded with my father. I told him, Daddy, please, I cannot continue like this. This guy have changed. Look at my child need drugs. Please, Daddy, help me, please. I promise I will not make this type of mistake again. Then my mom tried to console him down and say, fine, let her go and walk. As far as she's going, she'll be carrying the child along. I don't know what to do. I have to carry my child. I started looking for work. Before a friend of mine told me that there's a woman that is looking for a maid and house help.
You mean a house help?
Yes,
no?
an house help. So I acquired for it. I went to go and do house help for the woman. That was my painful part because I suffered the child in the womb. I don't want to suffer the child when she has already grown up, crying again. I've seen her in pain. So I started doing the housework. Sometimes I will see my baby on the ground. She'll be crying. Oh no. I will see her on the ground crying. I will just like, please, this baby, allow me to do this work. I am just doing it just because of you, just to get money to buy what I needed. Oh, so the woman would not like, you have to keep your child. You have to do this work. If not, I'm going to reduce your salary. I'll be pleading with my child on the ground. I'll say, baby, please don't worry. It will be well. Let me just do it. It is not my wish to do it. It's just the situation on ground. Please, I'll just be talking to the child so that my child will have the feeling that, yes, you know, as a little children, they are spirits. Understand? So they are spirits. So she will know what I'm passing through as the mother. She'll be on the ground. Only she will give me sometimes 3 minutes to feed the child. I'll be feeding the child with haste just because of money, just because I want to get that money to take care of the child. Because any little mistake I do, I know that my salary is going to reduce, so I have to hustle very hard for me to have that money for the child. Sometimes I will come back 9, 10, 11 back home with the child. People on the street will see me and be telling me, where am I coming from by this time of the night with this child? I'll tell them that I went to go and look for money for the child. I went to go and walk. It's work I'm coming from with the child. Sometimes rain too will be falling. I have to
and beat you and the child.
I have to use nylon, big nylon, and pack my child. Like I'll back my child just because of money, to take care of my little child. Oh no. Yeah. So I did it up to 6 months. So my parent told me that I have to stop the work because of my lateness coming back from work with a little child. I pleaded with my parents that there's no any other work for me. Just please. Sometimes the woman will give me 200 naira for transport. I have to.
Take it easy.
Okay. So sometimes the woman will give me money for transport. Instead of me to use the money for transport, I will use it and buy akamu. Yes, I'll use it and buy pap. I'll buy pap 100 naira.
Take it easy. Let's go on a short break. We'll be back after this. Just don't go anywhere. You are still on to Dexter's Bridge Show. We're forced to go on this break when things got very, very emotional. I mean, it was raining tears all over the studio. The cameraman, the producer, everybody was crying. But life can go that way. Still speaking with Blessing Ida and her encounter after having a baby and what now seems to be the abandonment by the father of the child. So how did you cope after this whole episode? No.
I continued the work. That's why my parents.
With the same woman?
Yes, I started.
Who didn't allow you to carry your baby?
Yes.
Who would give you 3 minutes to feed your baby?
To feed my child. I still continue because no work. Nobody will accept me with my child. She was the only one that accepts me with the child to be working with my baby there. So I continued up to 6 months. Then my parents told me that I have to stop this work because of my lateness. And like I'm even stressing the baby. I told my parents that I don't have any other option. Please, you guys should please help me. There is only cleaning and mopping of the house, but they don't know what I'm passing through. I just use that statement to cover up, so I don't know, like, oh, so this is what you're doing to the child, is that. I told my parents that it's just only cleaning of the house and mopping of the ground, so nothing else. My parent was not like, is it because of that I'm coming back 10, 9, 11 o'clock? I told my parents that maybe sometime we do cooking and arranging of things in the house. So one day my father got angry. He came back before me. I came back around almost to 12. That's when I came back. It's my child. And that was like, from today I bound from that work.
Where was this work? Where was the place you were going to work?
Close to my area.
I know, that's where exactly? Within the same agric area?
Yes, within the same agric in Lagos.
Society, we have to do better. And this is not attacking any particular gender, but I mean, it's easier to think that a woman would be more benevolent to a fellow woman, a young lady, apparently young enough to be her own daughter, who has a child. But to subject a fellow woman, a young lady, just post-teenage, with an 8-month-old child, to such subhuman condition, we have to do better. I mean, I'm not in my typical, very vivacious mood today, but it just reminds me of the decay and the monstrosity trapped in our various humanity. I'm not trying to judge any particular person, but every one of us need to take time, take stock, and do better. There is a monstrosity trapped in everybody, both the overlaboring people and paying them peanuts, treating your domestic staff in subhuman ways, not paying your staff when it's due. There is this malevolent nature trapped in every one of us that we need to expunge and purge. We have to do better. We have to allow the milk of human kindness flow. Even when people deserve to be punished. I mean, not in this case, but generally, there is such thing called mercy, ex gratia. We have to do better. And Blessing, I'm wondering, at this point when your father stopped you, did he not try to reach out to the guy who said he was coming back to marry you? What happened thereafter?
He was tired of his fake lies.
Okay.
So he have to stop. My father stopped calling him, even deleted his number from his phone. My father told me that as far that he is the one that have me, he's the one that gave birth to me. He will try, he will manage. Even the little money he have, sometimes he will give me to buy drugs for the child. So he said that now that the man is not caring about the child again, it's his own responsibility. He cannot see the child in pain. So you know that the reason why I did it is just because of the situation at ground. I have 4 siblings, and this is my parent that's Catherine. Catherine for my four siblings. I don't want to bring this one again and come making excess load. So I have to go out with the child and go and work to also money for the child. But my father was a great support. He really tried for me and that child. I won't lie. Yes, my father really take care of the child. But inside him, he was still feeling
of course,
pain.
Yes, this is not the life that he planned for you.
Yeah, that was not the life my parents planned for me. But what will you do as a father? You have to carry the cross. So he was taking care of me and the child. Yeah.
So the guy, did he not come back to marry you?
No. He did not come back to marry me again. No. The news I was hearing, our communication now is, I need a child. He's no more interested in me again.
Whoa.
Yeah.
He told you he wasn't interested. He wanted his child.
Yes, he wanted the child. I should make sure anything at all to him is going to give it to me. But he need the child. I say me. My own child.
He wanted to buy the child.
Yes.
Anything, you should give him anything. He wanted the child.
Yes, that he want the child. That he's no more interested in me again. I was like, my own child, my sweat, after the pain, after the embarrassment I received for a good 9 months, what on earth will you give to me that will make me to give you my child? What on earth are you going to give to me that will sustain me? And the pain I passed through, you were not there. You were not there when I was in labor. You were not there when I started having some pain. This thing, you were not there. Now you needed a child that I sweat for, that I did unnecessary things just to damage the child. Now God kept the child for me. Now you say you need it. It's impossible. I can't give you the child. I was like, oh wow, so you cannot give me the child, this and that. He wanted to do Lagos marriage. Now Lagos marriage, his boyfriend or girlfriend, the girl pack her load to the man house, you could just be burning like
okay, so he told you to move over to his house after he asked for the child.
Yeah.
Okay.
He told me to move. Oh. I said, how can I move when you did not pay you did not do anything on my head? No, I cannot. My old parents, they married very well. My father paid my mother bride price. He did everything for my mother. Now it is my turn. And I said that no, they are not going to do. So I cannot, I'm sorry. But like, okay, you cannot do it. My hands are off. Carry your child. Shebi are dragging the child with me. Carry it, take care of the child. Never call me of drugs. Never call me of anything again. I was like, oh, this is how you wanted it. He said yes. That he need the child. He wants to give the child proper training. I said, what proper training can I not give my child? What if the thing that you want to use and train the child there, as far you don't want to marry me again, just be bringing it to my house. I'll be using it to take care of the child. He said no, that he wants to use his hand to train the child by himself. I said it's impossible. I carried the matter to some of my pastors at the church. I said, see what is on ground now. The man needed the child. All of them said no, I should not. Even though he give me trillions of naira, but remember that money will finish one day. Money is like a dust, it will still finish. This baby is a blessing to me. I should hold this child as much as I can. Take care, even though it's with the last tears, drop tears of my face, I should use and take care of the child. I said no problem. That is how I left. And to me too, I took my child, I stayed with my parents. I told my parents about it. My parents was like, you know what, just forget about this man. As far as we are with you, we are going to take care of you and this child, okay? I was like, oh, mom, thank you. Dad, thank you. I promise that such a thing will not happen again. My father said, don't promise. Don't promise me anything again. You fall my hand at the first place. You lie to us. You keep a lot of secrets to us. Don't make any promise. What have happened to you at the first place, you should use it and learn a lesson to yourself and not to us. Because you don't know the next thing you do at the back again. I was like, mom, no. Dad, no. I'm not going to repeat such a thing again. Just find a place in your heart. Forgive me. They don't have any other option. They forgave me. A month later, I was online. I saw the guy bathing a young lady with money. And my child was...
when you say online, where exactly? WhatsApp, Facebook?
Yes, I saw him on WhatsApp.
On a WhatsApp status?
Yes.
Okay.
They were doing end of the year.
So he was spraying the lady money?
He was spraying the lady money. I was like, wow. So you have such money. And my child was on ground. She was sick. I have to take it because, you know, even though you are giving a child medication, you have to hospitalize the child. Like, you have to take the child to the hospital. So they will know the kind of sickness that is worrying the child. Before you start any medication on the child. So I was like, wow, so you have such money. I carried my phone, I called you. I said, my child is sick. And you are spraying money. He told me he did not have money. Oh. He didn't have this. I was like, I was crying bitterly. I cried. I said, God, this kind of life, have I choose to give myself? I thought I was with the right person. I did not know that I was with the wrong person. God, please just have mercy on me. See, my child is sick. She's stooling, no help. And even the drugs I bought for her is how much? Drugs of 350. He cannot even stop what was doing my child. I said, God, you kept the child in my womb. Now she's alive. I know you are the provider. I know that you will give me something to take care of this child. Please, God, please just provide for my parents so that they'll help me to take care of the child. God, please. If you see my child, she was very hot. So I started carrying towel inside water.
Yeah, to be sponging the child.
I was massaging my baby, like massaging her so that, like that time, as I started having double mind. I said, what is it now? The child wants to give up. She did not give up when she was in the womb. Is now she wants to give up. I was just trying. I started using some of the anointing oil I have in my house. I was like massaging the baby and praying for the baby. But to the glory of God, God healed my child. She recovered back, even though there is no money for better treatment for her. And so I was at home for some months before one of my church members told me that she has a good work for me and my child. I was like, really? Whose kind of work is that? And I told them that it's children crèche, daycare. I have to take care of children there to pamper them. I went there. The woman that was there was a nice woman. She took good care of me and the child. Sometimes she would bring food for my baby. I would go to the work empty-handed. No money for pap. All the money that I'll be collecting all this while from the first work I was doing. Sometimes before month end, I've already buy something credit half of the money. So immediately I just collect the money.
You have to repay those you
Yes, to repay them back. And how much will now remain? Sometimes it will remain 2,000 naira with me. Sometimes 1,000 naira. So I'll be going to that work. No money with me, no pap. So I have to breastfeed my child almost 1 year and 3 months. I will be going to work. The man was just like, you're coming to work, no pap, no food, nothing for the child, only breast milk. You're not giving this child nutrients. I was like, ma'am, I will not lie to you. I do not have food. I do not have anything to give to this child. Only breast milk that I'm giving to this baby. The man said, okay, if that be the case, there are some children that used to come with food to the crèche. They can't finish it. Like the food that they eat and leftover food. I will carry it and give it to my baby to eat with their pap. Like the baby suffered. Yes, she suffered in my ears. But you know what? It was not my fault. Yes, I planned to give the baby a good training. It wasn't my fault. So any leftover food left for the children in the crèche, I will carry it and give it to my baby. And I should be eating it with excitement. Yes, she should be eating it. She should be happy. After eating it, she will go and play. So one Sunday like this, I was at home. Like I was playing with my child when his sister just came. I told the sister that, see.
You mean the father of the baby?
The father of my baby. The sister came. I say, you know what? I don't like what your brother is doing to me. He do not have money, but see what he's doing on social media. On WhatsApp, he's there spraying a girl money. And I asked for just how much? Just for 3K. Let me just carry this baby to hospital, and he told me that he did not have money. She laughed. I said, look at you. I know that you are a small child. You do not know anything. This guy we are here crying for now, he's in the village. He's married with another wife. And apart from that, they have even done a traditional marriage.
Wait, the man's sister came to tell you that the man is getting married.
Yeah, he's already married.
He's married in the village.
Yes, he's married. He has done the wife traditional marriage. He has done everything. So he's coming back the following months with the wife. So what I have to do now is for me to take care of my child. I don't have access to go to the man's house again because another woman is there. So the best advice is going to give to me is for me to take care of my child and to take care of myself. She told me that such is life. Yes, she told me that such. I was like, he's married. Hey, I was crying bitterly. I was rolling on the ground. I said, please help me and beg him. Please. I'm already in shame. You want to put another extra shame on my head? What if people start asking me where is the father of this child? What am I going to tell them? Please, please help me. He said he have nothing to do. His brother has made decision to go to the village to go and marry another person. I cried bitterly that night. Like, I was crying. When my parents came back, I told my parents that, wow, so the man did. The man has married though. What are we going to do about it? My mom says, my father was like, so he had mind to do what he did to my child and abandon my child, right? He's going to deal with the man. He's going to do this. He's going to carry the man to human rights. I was like, Father, please, don't do it. My dad was like, after everything he did to you, you're still begging on behalf of the man. I said, Daddy, please don't do it. Don't pay back even. Just leave everything for God. Let him go. I will take care of my child by myself. My parents was like, no, they cannot see me in pain like this. This is pain. This is pain that this man is causing to my life. They have to deal with him. I was like, Dad, please, Mom, please, just leave him. Just let him go with his problem. And as far as I have my child with me, I will try all means. Even though it's to hawk water for the child to survive, I'm going to hawk water for my child to survive, to eat. My parents was like, well, it is my decision. Anything I said, fine. As far as you say we should not wicked him, we are not going to wicked him. Let us leave everything for God. That is how the man left me and the child. Sometimes he would just call me and tell her, how is the child? I said, my child is fine. And I said, you don't want to give the child to me. I was like...
But the guy is asking for the child.
Yes. He called me and told me that, am I ready to give him the child? I said, ready for what? After you left me, I'm going to marry another person. So you need a child. He said, yes, I need a child. So I can give the child to the new wife to take care of. I said, over my dead body. Even if it's Gary I'm soaking, and the Gary can keep me alive, my child too is going to take that same Gary and she will be alive. So leave my child with me. Face your new wife. Give birth as many as you want. Just leave me and the child. Why do you even need my child when you are married to another person? I mean, she cannot produce child for you. Just leave me and my child. They say, okay, it's like, I can see that you are very stubborn. Carry your cross. That is how I carried my cross till my baby complete 1 year and 7 months. Now my baby will be clocking 1 year and 8 months this month. She grow very big, even bigger than her age. Yes, except from there she pick up, she know alphabet A to Z. She can say it. I was really proud of my child.
Lesson.
So
at this point, nobody needs to give you any further moral lessons. I'm sure you've learned your lessons by the things you suffered yourself.
yes.
But looking at this camera, what would you advise other teenagers? From your experiences, the things you went through, what would you advise those teenagers?
First of all, this goes to all parents in the world that is watching me now. Always be communicative to your children. Be watchful to what they do. Know the type of friends they keep. Know their movements. They are going out. Like as a parent, you have to pay attention to your children. Yes. And also this goes to young teenagers all over the world. Please open up to your parents. You see, lies cannot take you anywhere. If you lie from now to tomorrow, it will still come back to you. So you have to open up to your parents, even though the situation hook you in the neck. Speak out so that they will know what is the problem, so that they will know how to help you. Secret is bad. And secondly, abortion is also bad. If it's not that God was by my side and God wanted the child to be alive, by now, I'll not be on this show to say what I'm saying now. People will not know that I'm even alive. You understand? So that is my advice I'm going to give to you guys. Abortion is dangerous. Secret is dangerous. Lies can kill.
There are many ramifications to this story, and I'm sure there'll be many branches coming out of this story. And you're already legislating, like I said. We have the parliament sitting on this matter all across the world. There's viewers parliament everywhere. Everybody's finding who to point fingers at and blame. But the truth is that draw the lessons, appropriate it where necessary, and live your own life right. First of all, to teenagers out there, okay, to parents first. Being a parent to a teenager is a different kettle of fish, and you need to get support and learn requisite lessons. There are wholesome persons out there and institutions who can handle experiences and teach you how to communicate and raise your teenagers properly. A teenager is somebody going through a whole potpourri of emotions and experiences that they themselves cannot process. It's as challenging to the teenager as it is to the parents. So you have to seek proper support to know how to navigate the whole teenage with your children. That's one. Number two, if you're a teenager out there, the advice you are getting from your parents, from your guardians, from your pastors, from your teachers are in your best interests. They have been teenagers before. You have never been a teenager before. Yes, you might be in a different generation, different age, but they've been through that before. The advice is in your best interest, because when the chips are down, you'll be a lone sufferer. Then to the young men out there, and this young man particularly, you think it's a game to pick hapless and helpless teenagers and make a mess of them and dump them and move ahead. It's a game you're playing. You're the player. It's okay. Keep playing. But life has retributions. Whether somebody crosses you or wishes you wrong or not, life is built on an eternal principle of seed time and harvest. The Bible says, as long as the earth remains. Now, that is a trans-dispensational reality. Nothing erodes it. Seed time and harvest. It says, don't be deceived. Galatians 6 verse 7. You can't make a fool out of God. It says, every man would always harvest what they plant. So it's not even God punishing you. No, it's simple. You planted something, you will harvest it. God doesn't need to punish you for this to catch up with you. If you've done things like this, go and make amends. Go and make restitutions. Reach out and support the people that you got pregnant, and support the children. No child deserves the horror that this baby went through. Blessing is going through a formative part of her life, and you can be part of her story. You can reach out and help her. Of course, you know she needs lots of help, lots of support. The baby needs lots of help, lots of support, because Blessing's parents are just trying to get by and raise their other 4 children. And by the way, I have this announcement. Partners at Avadora Help Foundation reached out and they said they're willing to be of help to you in one other way or the other, help you and help your baby. Yes, Avadora Help Foundation, they reached out to me this morning when they got to know about this story, and a few other people out there who would see this story on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok. You can reach out and help, and other people. There are many people going through issues who have been on this show, so we can make this world a better place. You can't change the whole world, but you can change your world. I'll see you on the next episode. This is still Dexter's Bridge Show, and keep living the life. Thank you for making it to the end of this video. I believe you learned a lot from it. There is more. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and follow us on other social media platforms so you can see more interesting content and let others see the same thing that you have seen. Thank you.